the toe of Saint Zedion from the little box that we carried around in, and basically put it against the sword, and then using that to try to take the blade out, because apparently our strongest guy couldn't pull it out, so maybe we have to try some sort of pseudo put another piece of saint there. Maybe it works better that way.
It's like
Are you certain? Are you certain you will not die from that?
We
No.
We put together the Millennium Puzzle.
You already tried with brute force. That didn't help.
But that will still not solve the wound in his chest cavity.
Well, we can't save him anyway. If he is going to die, then that was the Emperor's will. He is a saint. He lives and dies by the Emperor's will.
That's a fair point, actually.
Here's. Let's not leave everything to Emps, because he needs a break every once in a while. How about we clear out a space so that if you pull out the sword and this guy doesn't instantly flatline, I have a chance to at least give him
CPR.
A fighting chance.
All right. We'll do that. We'll try to prepare the whole thing. We'll probably need to spread some ground sheets, blankets, something.
Okay. So what we should do is we'll thingy the blankets, take over where the altar is, and lie everything there, and then we'll probably just have to move him from where he is to there, and then.
So, step 1, Isabella goes and uses the toenail and tries to pull it out.
No. Step 1 is clear the whole area to prepare a, makeshift
emergency
medical
surgery, yes.
A ghetto surgery area.
Yes. Then step 2, I will go there and use the piece of Saint Zedion. May he be blessed, Christ. Bless his name, and try to, I don't know, is the word trick correct? But anyway, try to use that to convince the sword to let go of one saint and maybe stick to another, and then hopefully, if the saint is not immediately killed by that action, then we will try to resuscitate him.
Okay, well, we can just skip the clearing out part because.
Yeah, that just happens.
It just happens. It's not like there's much to clear out anyway because he's on the statue's hands. Unless you want to try and drop him first.
Well,
let's keep him in those hands. That sounds like a good idea, because while I'm not sure that there's not a stasis device, while I don't think there's stasis in there, I do think that that's the only reason he isn't dead.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
So,
yeah, give me a boost.
Yeah, I'll give you a boost. Also, I just reread the reliquary thing, and we should keep in mind that we get a +10 to willpower checks and reduce all the corruption we gain by 1.
Yes.
But yes, Isabella goes, and so you're just gonna try and pull it out, right?
Well, I'll,
recite some prayers to the toenail of Saint Zedion.
Yeah.
Oh, holy toenail clippings.
Yeah.
Alright. You grab the hand. Roll me just straight up willpower. You can just ignore that what you're telling me right now.
Alright. So I get a +10 to my willpower. Alright. Come on, luck.
Good job.
I don't know if it's a good job. I have no idea what the modifiers are.
With Marcus, usually a 0.
Usually a 0, yeah. It's not like it's really...
Zadione su domine.
Is that with the +10 or...
That is with the +10, yes.
Alright, and so that's no decrease of success. Okay.
That's correct.
You grab the handle and start pulling. You can't seem to quite pull the sword out, but you start to have images of this saint's life of some kinds, but they're
Oh.
blurry visions and you cannot make sense much. But you almost feel like Emperor himself is blessing you.
Huh. Okay.
It feels really nice.
Wonder how a saint corrupted me.
It was pretty much, well, kinda made up, but it assumed that you were, you know.
Yes, because you didn't have the sacred toenail of Saint Zadion with you,
Clearly.
obviously.
It kind of assumed
feel
that you
heretic?
were yeah.
How is it going, Isabella?
It's still stuck, but it's definitely not evil. Or if it is, then it's very convincingly taking taking on the image of the Emperor.
Help me up, would you? We'll try for it together.
All right, I will offer my hand and pull.
It's
Start
just
taking
straight up willpower to try and to retry. Unless you fail.
Let me check.
Or
5 degrees of success.
alright, Isabella
Well,
tried.
by the way, I want to currently say how I'm imagining this is that both of you, one of you's on one shoulder, one of you's on the other. And that's
we
how that's
both-
going on.
Yeah, we both pull out the sword.
Isabella herself starts to pulling out it almost on her own power after getting accustomed to this feeling. And
Fuck it, I fate point. Because I want... Oh, come on! I mean, I fail by no degrees, but still.
it seems like Jaeger is almost doing 10 or nothing, but
Jaeger's like, oh god, it's so heavy. I'm.
It's-
Ah.
The visions, they are so beautiful.
Yes,
But-
I can see the Emperor and stuff and things.
with Isabella's
Very nice.
effort, the sword starts to slowly move, and the images become a little bit more solid in her head. But you pull the sword out really slowly. The corpse starts to move a little. You pull out the sword completely. The corpse jumps out, gasps for air, yells out, "You fools!" drops down to the back lying and fades out, but you can see that, well, he's still
Cannonball?
still alive. And
I
in,
shall take him in my
Twice.
arms
No.
and jump off the statue and bring him to Vice.
and in the distance from the city, you hear hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of creatures yelling out and screaming in a really
shit.
loud voice.
I knew I would regret this.
Holy shit.
The Emperor. Like this is Vice just keeps mouthing the Emperor protects, the Emperor protects, the Emperor protects, the Emperor
Vice,
protects.
get him stable for transportation now.
I wanna
Okay.
imagine that the blade in her hand is just like shimmering or something. She's basically just like looking at the sword like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, it's really shimmering, it's really nice.
Corporal Rodriguez, get off the statue, helps Private Vice.
You even feel it's...
Right away, sir.
The rest of you follow me, we're securing this area. Until the Saint is stable for transportation, then we leg it.
Okay, right. What would be the test for this? Because I know what bonuses I get for this, so you really just need to tell me what modifier I'm rolling against here. And you're not going to know the answer when I tell you my my bonuses are.
What do you do?
He
He
wants
tries
to get
to-
him stable.
Yeah.
Alright, just straight up Medicaid.
I am assisting.
Straight up Medicaid. Fantastic. You're gonna love the answer that comes out of this. What I need to get under.
Just don't roll straight under it.
Okay, so we've got a diagnoster and a med kit. So both of those would give me plus 10 each to 20 because they're not actual surgical equipment, but they're enough. I'm assuming. Like, okay? Yes, no, maybe.
What surgical equipment? What?
They
We're
are
basically-
surgical equipment, but they're close.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like because of the fact they're still there, like they're good enough for now. I'm not using like fucking knives. I'm using scalpels, but they're just not surgical equipment. And then I've got you assisting me, and I have the master surgeon talent. So
You're around at
that'll
plus
come
70?
to plus 60, close enough.
Alright.
Enough high fucking roll, but you still made it. But alright, you start to heal the wound, but even as you're healing, you see it slowly regenerating itself.
That is very good for us. Private? Is he
okay,
sta-
if
Is he
yeah,
stable
what I'm
enough to
gonna quickly do
transport
then-
now?
Yeah, I'll make sure to basically any internal injuries I'll sort out, and then basically do a ghetto cauterization of I fire my lasgun at the ceiling, and then just cauterize the entire wound by just putting the hot fucking lasgun barrel and just thinging it down and going, right, okay, let's go.
Alright, get him in the car and then go!
Alright, you get back to your car. You look upon the city. Does anybody want to, like, check with awareness?
Does anyone want to actually look at this?
Yes, we would like to look at the city full of howling demons. Thank you very much. I see everything.
Alright,
Yes.
in the city itself, do you have binoculars?
We have
He doesn't need
binoculars, I believe.
binoculars. He
But I
doesn't
see
need
everything.
He has
Binoculars.
eagle eye.
But I'm
Eagle
just
eye.
wondering if you have binoculars so I could, like, more in
I-
detail.
Believe the survival kits contain some, and we got 2 survival kits from the pods.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright. You take a look. Now, as you're looking upon the city itself, in the city, you see on the roof of the buildings itself, it's actually quite a big city, but you see 4 Valkyries that have landed there, quite recently in fact. And you take a look upon the streets itself, and you see mutated guardsmen coming out of the huts, screaming and clawing everything in sight. And you start to hear gunfire within the city.
That's
Okay.
good for us.
And you see some mutants coming towards your position currently.
Why are the mutants shooting at each other?
I mean, not all mutants are inherently evil. I mean, they're filthy warp spawn that should be purged, but
In fact, when you look upon the Valkyries themselves, they
Wait,
seem...
Valkyries?
Yeah, I said there were 4 Valkyries on top of the roofs.
Yep. You did say that.
are they guarded?
Oh?
No, but
Guys, I can fly them.
but as you can see on the Valkyries themselves, you recognize some regiment numbers, and they seem to be full of like I hate using the word loyalist scum, but
Loyalists.
Full of loyalist scum, okay.
Did
Yes.
we just unleash a horde of warp spawn on loyalist troops?
yes.
I look over at Jaeger, and I put my hand on his shoulder and go, a saint trumps a million guardsmen. At least that's what the commissar would say.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Even on one of the roofs, at the moment that you're looking on, you see some people retreating on top of the roof. And you see some kind of a commissar commanding his troops while mutants are coming. They go to the Valkyrie, get in, and it gets hit by an RPG and goes down and in flames.
See, that is a part of the Imperial Guard that you don't hear enough about. How Valkyries are essentially helicopters when hit with an RPG.
Allahu Akbar.
Exactly, Allah Akbar. So, what shall you do?
I think.
We're too few to make a difference in the fight.
Yeah, I think legging it.
Yes, making sure the Saint is safe.
Oh yeah, one last thing, because it was the thing that we came here for. Awareness check to find sacramental wine, because we're gonna need it to wash away the.
Oh, you wanna go head back into the
Also-
thing?
Also,
Well,
by the
if
way,
we
at
can-
this point, it's more like sacrificial vinegar.
Yeah, well, beggars can't be
Using-
choosers.
No,
Oh,
no,
well,
Marcus, we do not
can't
want
find.
to head in, but we had plenty of comrades who could look through that.
But yes,
Oh, can't find.
as you're kind of waiting, wasting your time here, yeah, and you're still looking upon the city itself, you see the mutants bringing out the heavy mortars and starting to position towards you guys.
Corporal Rodriguez, get in the car right now.
Yes, coming.
It takes about 5 or so minutes, and you hear right.
We are not staying for a couple of minutes.
And Vice instantly jumps into the Humvee, gets on the gun, and just starts indiscriminately firing at whatever the fuck he can possibly.
They're way
fire
out
at.
of range.
Scarper.
Scarper.
It's just drive,
That is what we are doing, yes.
Okay. This is not gonna go well at all. Oh,
I'm too young to die.
I'll be right back. I just need to sort out my dinner for my little sister and stuff.
Lovely. So we jump into the car and put the pedal to the metal.
Alright, drive check please, and a navigation.
I hate you.
Woohoo!
Drive check to see if I remember that there's a gear beyond the first.
Navigation check to check if I can keep the map
No.
right way up. I can.
Oh boy.
Anyone wanna roll for wise?
Yes, let me roll the 100 for voice.
Roll it.
I'm pretty sure that's a fail on his part too, though not quite as badly.
Well, you try to start your engine and it shuts down.
Okay, we are hereby abandoning the car.
You abandon the car. You barely manage to jump out as a mortar blast hits it and blows it up into million pieces.
Shit.
Get the Saint and get out!
Metal pieces fly around and hits somebody.
Somebody.
Let's see.
somebody's
Incredibly specific.
down.
Let's see. That is against Isabella. So Isabella, dodge check to judge the flying metal pieces.
Alright. Wait, that's where the hell's my dodge?
Isabella, no dodge. Isabella, headbutt metal.
Isabella headbutt metal. I'm too metal.
This big piece of metal That's impact. No pen. Hits you.
Lovely.
So, do you start?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Yeah.
And you start running, I assume.
Yup.
No shit.
Alright, you start running, and you've been up almost like, well, you have been up for 20 hours, so you're quite tired at this point.
I'm pretty sure the adrenaline keeps us going right now.
But yes, as the mortal blast fire upon you, they seem to miss you, and you start booking it. And you run, but the mutants seem to be catching up to you as you run. It's almost like your being awake so long has slowed you down a little.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we keep running.
Alright, you just keep running.
Until they're in gun range, yes.
Yep.
Essentially, we need to be as far away from the city as possible when we actually do engage them. Because that way, their reinforcements will take longer to get to us.
Alright, so that was the first 2 hours. As
We are good
the...
at running.
Yes,
Somebody carry me!
time to make a toughness test.
Hooray!
Let's see how tough I really am.
During the first 2 hours.
Are they running after us for 2 hours?
I'm fairly tough. Also, why the hell is it against the 53? I didn't put in any bonus and my toughness is 43.
I don't know.
You're cheating.
This thing is broken. I didn't even put in any bonus. The fuck? Why is it giving me a random plus 10 bonus? Either way, I made it.
Alright. Rodriguez gains 1 fatigue as she is running.
Should I roll for Vice?
Yeah, go ahead.
He also gains fatigue.
And as you're running in the sandstorm of metal, all of you take 1 wound, ignoring all armor and toughness.
Lovely.
But this storm seems to be slowing down the mutants, so you gain a little bit of distance on them.
Sarge, we can't keep on going forever. They don't seem to be letting up.
You run for the next...
Just a bit longer.
And then you've been up for 22, 24 hours.
Pretty sure that is not the exhaustion point here.
You've been up, time is 9 p.m. And you run for the next 2 hours. Again, toughness checks.
I fail.
It's 1 fatigue straight up if you fail.
I'm second wind. Second wind.
We have somehow managed to run for 4 hours. Pretty sure we're bone tired by now. And
Oh,
so are the
yeah.
mutants.
Marathon.
Everyone,
What
This-
did I miss?
we've been having a marathon against mutants. We've been running for 4 hours straight through the sandstorm.
Holy shit.
We are so fucking metal.
You can see still them chasing you in the distance, but they're coming towards you slowly. But
So
you
we're actually outrunning them by now.
Oh yeah, you managed to run, managed to get up some distance, but now they're gaining on you again.
How many are there?
You count...
50 mutants.
You count... the first wave that you see is 6. And behind them are the sluggers that are way behind them.
Oh, great.
That is not a number. The slaggers that are way behind.
And
Yes,
you
but-
count that there's about Another 6 behind them. The rest have seemed to be fallen off.
Oh, great. Well, can we see any sort of defensible position anywhere close?
At the moment, let's see. No.
You know, even a ditch or something could work.
No. It's straight up plains.
Oh, great.
With some grass.
Alright, let's see if we can run fast enough for the last 6 to leave.
Alright, you're running for the next 2 hours. Please, another toughness check.
Fucking crazy.
We are badass. We've been running for 6 hours straight.
So, those who fail do fatigue.
Whoa! That is amazing! Look at how low mine is! And look at how fucking awesome that roll was!
Good
Whoa!
Oh, great.
But yes, if you fail, another 2 fatigue.
Oh,
Poor
great.
Isabella.
I'm at 3. Hooray! I'm
I'm
so
at-
fucking tired.
And since you've been
Go on. Much longer.
Without me. I mean, what?
and since you've been up for about 26 hours or so, gain 1 more fatigue. Congratulations.
How many mutants are there now?
Let me check. You have seemed to be lost them into the storm.
Entirely.
Yes, you don't see any of them, but while you've been in the storm, you have taken 6 damage, ignoring all armor and toughness.
I'd like
Wait,
to mention
I'm
that I'm
hanging
now
on
at
with-
2.
I'm hanging on with 1 wound.
This storm is going to murder us. Unless we
Um,
find shelter, of which there is apparently none.
Well, we could pitch tents.
That is our only hope, yes. Though considering how much this has already almost chafed us to death, I'm not entirely certain that's going to help much.
What happened to the saint?
He's still out.
Yeah,
No, I mean-
I think that
Did
the
we
even
bring
more
him?
badass guys are
Yes, we
our
brought him.
comrades who are basically, you know, made a makeshift stretcher, and then they are basically carrying him, and they have been carrying him for 6 hours.
Oh, by the way, your little tech priest comrade is totally dead at this point, because fuck him.
The servitor.
Alright.
Fair enough.
Yes. All right.
I-
Well, I would suggest that, you know, we find a slight depression in the
But
the
yes,
ground, or you know, a sort of tiny wall or hill or something, and then basically just pitch a tent on the lee side of that and try to put like double layers of tent material, you know,
but
and then
yes,
just huddle together.
give me a second here. You see the forest now in your reach, and you feel the storm slightly getting better. Well, you know.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, just
Oh, good,
a little
so we
bit
can actually
longer.
post guards.
It seems to
Just
be.
a little bit longer.
It seems to be dying out slightly. It's not hurting as much.
Considering you're probably bleeding all over at the moment.
Oh.
Actually, can Isabella give us some ointment for that or something?
Probably, but you know, not at this very moment.
So, would you like to keep on moving for the next 6 hours and gain
No,
more?
Marcus. We told you we're going to make tents.
Alright, tents! Time for that survival check to see how good of a tent you make.
Marcus.
How much?
Don't
how
be
much
dumb.
of a? How much of a modifier do I get for having like a million level of fatigue? I think I have 4 out of 7.
Do you?
Does it actually work like in Dark Heresy 2.0?
I don't know. We'll
Because
see.
that system is amusing. You actually gain semi-crippled characteristics.
Fatigue, I'm not quite sure. Let me double check unless
Fatigue,
somebody
257.
reminds. Yeah, you check that.
All right. Should a character take a number of levels of fatigue in excess to his toughness bonus, he collapses unconscious for 10 minus toughness bonus minutes. After the character awakens, his levels of fatigue revert to a number equal to his toughness bonus. Alright. Characters suffering from any level of fatigue suffer a minus 10 penalty to all tests. So basically, you have like a minus 10 flat out for having any amount of fatigue, but until you get more fatigue than your fatigue level or threshold, you're basically fine. So it doesn't matter if in my case I have 6 or 1 levels. It's the exact same thing. So basically I'm just at minus 1 at any level.
I am taking the time, by the way, to make stem and shit, because this campaign is gonna fucking kill us.
Alright,
So-
well,
Yes, it will.
I'll do that survival check with a minus 10.
Time to see how good of a tent you actually make.
Well, considering I had a
pretty-
minus 10, I think that's a
Considering
pretty good.
considering it shouldn't be a +0 check to make a tent, more like a +30 because that is basic training, which we've all gone through.
Yeah.
Marcus, don't be dumb.
I guess I could give you plus 20 in this situation.
Yeah, well, in any case, I basically passed.
I guess you reinforce your tents with some kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess
Tents.
basically the long and short of it is that we find a suitable place to pitch the tent, which is somewhat covered, and then we basically just heap sand already on top of the on the side where the wind is blowing from. So basically, it would protect the actual fabric, and then all just huddle inside.
Alright, you find a small little place that you can camp out. Well, Isabella finds. And you can place your tents there and start to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah, I'm just tired. Just.
Posting watch, guard rotation, you know the drill.
Yes. You sleep. Let's see, how well do you sleep?
Roll 1d100 for sleep.
How much fatigue do you reduce?
A 1 per 8 hours.
Really?
Each hour of normal rest, not counting states of unconsciousness, that includes no combat, no psychic powers, and no other strenuous activities, removes 1 level of fatigue. 6 consecutive hours of rest removes all fatigue.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I see.
Because you gain fatigue easier, and so on. So basically, it's not the killer. So it also goes away faster. But you
So-
also can get a lot more of it.
During the first watch, who is on first watch?
Well, I'm on 1 wound, so I'm just going to pass out.
I'll take first watch.
Yeah.
And I guess somebody else, like maybe
Comrades.
Yeah, comrades.
Comrade Dickface.
On your watch, Wise, you take a look through your binoculars, and in the distance, you see the mutant still searching for you. Will you act on this?
I will open fire, and fire some warning shots and say, "Don't come over here, or I will shoot you." Right?
Or will you hope that they go away?
What can you do?
The correct answer is yes.
Come on, let Wise answer himself. Well,
Fair enough.
Well, what
Right, okay. I
what
nudge
do you
Jaeger
basically do?
to wake him up.
Just 5 more minutes.
Private?
It looks like we have some really die-hard fans, and hand them the binoculars.
They don't seem to know where we are at least.
How many are there? I'm still asleep, but just out of character
it
curiosity.
seems to be the 12 fuckers.
Oh, great.
Okay. So, keep
far?
an eye on them.
Yeah, keep an eye on them. If it looks like they might find us, or if they come too close, wake us up.
Alright, Vice nods and brings his las gun to bear and watches the mutants.
It is
Alright.
perfectly acceptable to wake us up by shooting at them.
Alright, it goes your turn passes, and the next card goes, and keeps on watching whoever it is on the second watch.
I
And,
can take the next one.
and then finally, you see the mutants giving up and heading back to the city.
There we go.
Thank
Fuck
goodness.
you. Fuck you, mutants.
There we go. Inaction is the best action.
Oh boy, do I look forward to the Saint waking up and telling us how much we fucked up. Though I'd like to mention, I totally called that I would totally regret this.
This is the part, right? He starts laying into us and starts being an asshole about all this whole thing, and then we
we're
just
forced to kill him.
no, we just snap and we just start yelling at him. No, we fucking saved you. Okay, you're not allowed to judge us. We saved your fucking life, asshole.
Would it? You should have left a message. Please don't remove this sword from my
Why?
chest. It's pretty important.
A little.
A post-it note.
Yeah,
Post-it
yeah.
note, and just one fucking post-it note, and that would have been it.
Yeah, or just like don't
Important
touch.
sword, please do not remove.
Yes, yes.
That was all it took. All it took.
Alright, and the rest of the watch goes quite eventful. You wake up, refreshed, and the wind and the metal shards have seemed to be passed on.
Corporal, I'm sore all over. Can you take a look at that?
I have sand in everywhere. Alright.
So do I, but it seems to have congealed into this bloody crust.
Alright, what do you need to... What do I...
You're
Yes, I'm awake.
Your pillow talk is fucking disgusting, guys.
I assume we slept over 6 hours.
Yeah, the 8 hours I go for.
Alright.
So it's
Emperor bless, I could have slept another 8. What did you want me to do?
Apply some ointment that will make it hurt less?
Let me check. And I rummage through my medkit, and I find something... something. And I apply it.
it's just straight
There
up
you go.
medicate to heal them. It's cut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus, we're just giving in-game reasons what this Medicaid check is.
And yeah, just letting you know. But yes,
Hello.
you find some standard issue
Vaseline. Prometheum jelly.
salt and pour it on the wounds.
Alright, how many wounds do I regain?
That would be... Is that one? That's 1 degree, just correct. So that's
Yes.
5.
Right, back up to 7.
That fucking storm fucked you up.
Yes, it does. Damage that cannot be negated tends to do that.
Prometheum chili.
Yep. Wordplay on petroleum jelly.
Petroleum chili. Uh-huh.
Yep.
I
That's
see.
basically Vaseline.
Right, let's fucking get our less white mage back up to full health.
And, yes, you are.
Guys, wanna, I think because you get the -4, treating yourself.
No, I'm healing the other one. The other one can heal me. I'm healing them first, and that is 8 degrees of success.
On who are you healing?
No, not 8 degrees of
You.
success. 7.
Alright. So I assume 10 at least
Yeah,
total. Alright.
yeah.
Good.
Dude, I
wait.
am the white mage. I am Gandalf.
Pretty sure Gandalf couldn't heal.
I think Gandalf was the
Sorcerer.
saint because he was like, you fools.
Fly, you fools!
Well, you kind of killed a full regiment of with that trick.
Oh,
But
no,
we did save a saint.
Remember, some people are worth more than others. If you're a guardsman, you are worth jack shit.
Hey, we didn't kill anyone. It was the mutants who did the killing.
I see. I see.
At most, we were an enabler, and even so, an unwitting enabler.
I mean, does it really matter in genocide if you're like willing or not, or wetting?
But yes,
Yeah.
You wake up and it's 9 a.m. The sun is up.
Lovely. What's the Darude situation?
Well, like I said, it's died down,
All
but
right.
it's quite warm at the moment.
All right. How far away is the edge of the forest?
Not too far away. You estimate about 8 hours from foot.
All right. Well, I'll brew us some recaf, and we'll have a bite to eat, and then probably just get going.
Alright.
Yep, keep going.
It's another navigate check.
Navigate check to go to the forest, which we can see over yonder. All right.
Well, it's
All
pretty
right.
much to test against if something happens. Sure, if
Not
you
a fucking
shit.
chance. Not a fucking chance. 3 degrees.
because I'm pretty much rolling a okay.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you.
And you especially.
Exactly.
Alright. So, not the worst result. Alright.
You were not
I
eaten by
hate
4
how
net
he
demons.
says that. Not the worst result.
You're walking for the first 2 hours, and it's starting to feel really warm.
I don't know where this is going, but I don't like it already.
I feel so hot.
Like,
Why?
I don't know where he was going with that, but
And you're
I'm taking
starting
places.
and you're starting to sweat already after 2 hours of regular walking.
Well, this is going to be great for water reserves.
Should we just, break for and continue when it's, cooler? That would probably be if it's
might
basically
have-
if we're
yes.
basically walking through what appears to be a desert, then or just plains without any sort of shade, and it's basically middle of the day, super bright sunlight, we're getting burned up. So yeah, let's just pitch a tent or a tarp to act as a shade, and then we'll just play cards or whatever.
Alright.
Yeah, let's just try to wait it out. I mean, what's the current time?
It's after 2 hours. I said it was 9, so it's 11 a.m.
All right, so it's basically only going to get worse from here until something like afternoon 4.
Always.
Alright, you take up camp and it gets hotter and hotter.
My
You're,
survival skills are the best skills.
in fact, make a toughness check.
Fuck you.
fuck.
I fail by 1 degree.
Wow, no!
Marcus,
Rodriguez.
Marcus, do we get a +10 on that? Would you describe this check as difficult?
I guess since you're in the tent,
Yeah.
it would give you some cover.
We are in shade.
Some say it, so I will give you +10.
Lovely, we pass.
Yay!
Everybody passes?
Everybody
Nobody
passes.
does.
Nobody
Alright.
passes out.
But as you spend the next 2 hours in the tent, it starts getting even more hot.
Well, it's basically a tarp, not a tent, you know. We basically take the same, tarp that we would use to pitch a tent and just, make a, basic cover. We are.
But yes, that would be a straight up willpower.
What?
This time.
What the fuck?
Wait, why are we making a willpower test? Sorry.
I have no idea, but I
Oh.
fail hard. I fail by 5 degrees, I believe.
Alright.
Rodriguez.
Never do that again. You're hereby forbidden from ever doing that again, whatever that was.
Alright.
I just have the it's like a reflexive urge to just go Rodriguez whenever I roll well.
Jaeger! As you've been in the front for a long time and seen some horrors,
The horror
You-
of sun.
you take a look upon the field and you see orcs heading towards you.
Wait.
Wait,
Well,
that's a
that's
fear
fine.
check.
Shut up. Let him just
1
This,
second. That's a fear check, isn't it?
Hush.
If it is, I get a reroll.
no, well, it's pretty much, since it's so hot, you're seeing pretty much.
Oh,
It
okay.
was obvious. It was so
Yeah.
obvious.
Fair enough. Continue.
But yes, you see orcs charging towards your positions. They are yelling "Walk," and they seem to be about 200 meters away from you.
Everyone
Big-
to arms!
Think Dawn of War opening scene.
Vice just looks around like, wait, what?
Well, what?
Orcs incoming! To arms!
What? Where?
What? What? Where's
Hopefully
the
they
orc?
starts firing at them.
Ah!
Following where he's like firing at, like see nothing. I'm guessing.
Yep.
I
Sarge!
just look
What
at
the-
that.
At
Snap
this
out
point,
of
you
it.
might want to make a Medicaid check.
I will.
Um, Just for Jaeger, you gain 1d3 insanity.
We are slowly being killed by the environment.
What do you mean slowly?
Yeah, okay, good point.
Sandstorm
We are quickly
almost
being
killed
killed
us.
by the environment.
Alright, Rodriguez comes up to you and slaps you.
What are you?
The orcs start to like shake and go away in your eyes, but they still seem to be charging towards you.
What are you doing, Corporal? We're under attack. Stop screwing around! And he keeps shooting.
You've got sunburn. What the hell do you call it? What the hell do
I-
you even call it?
I know what
I-
you mean.
Yeah.
I go to press the magazine release on his charge pack so it falls out of his last gun.
He probably doesn't even notice.
Fantastic! Just sitting there clicking, like, ah! And then
Yeah.
Vice just goes back to chilling out.
Sunstroke.
And now that he knows,
Sunstroke.
now that he knows you're not going to kill us all, like, Vice is just going to leave you to your own devices.
As Jaeger
What
is
the
fire,
hell? You're a trained medic. He needs shade and he needs to cool off. So I will
Also
try
plenty
to.
of liquid.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'll basically douse the scarf that he tore off from his blanket in water, and then just place it over his head to help him cool down a little bit.
As Jaeger is taken away, and he was shooting at them, and he, in his mind, killed a lot of orcs. And now he takes a look upon the field, and he sees a 15-foot orc coming towards you, stomping on the ground.
Oh my god, it's
Guys,
a war boss.
It's a war boss.
Challenging Jaeger into a one-on-one melee fight.
I put my hand.
You
I-
want some of this?
I put
I'll
my
give you
hand on
some of
Rodriguez.
this.
I put my hand on Rodriguez and go, let him go.
I pull out my chainsword and charge.
I'm not getting involved in that.
Faith literally just sits, like, crosses his legs, sits down and watches.
Get away!
But we have to do something.
Get
Nah,
another,
it's-
get another 1d5 insanity. And everybody gets a point of fatigue, but that's about
And this is where I reach 10 insanity.
Woohoo!
That's not that
Alright.
bad.
As you see Jaeger flailing about his sword at nothing.
I believe I have to make a willpower check, don't I?
Yes.
I make it.
Alright, no problem.
But yes,
You're fine.
you see Jaeger acting out a fine play of fighting against something.
He's basically giving us the whole Errol Flynn experience. Aha! You orcs come!
Will you help Jaeger somehow?
Help me fight, you fools!
I'm gonna look through what I've got in my gear.
I really don't think we have anything else than if we have rope or something when we could try and restrain him, but he's wielding a fucking chainsword.
Right, I bring out my injector, fill it with tranquilizer, and then go up and basically go, here sir, it's combat drugs.
Well played, well played.
Good thinking! And he ejects them.
Alright.
Watch him drop.
And you finally calm down after the tranks take effect.
And this is the point where Vice goes, now you guys have two names, and I only have one, which means street smarts win. So and he goes and sits down again.
But after that, it's 1500s, and the heat starts to die down a little. It is bearable again.
Yay! So, are we off to go fight the orcs, Sarge?
And
Well, he's basically been, he is probably still a little bit tuckered out.
What?
from that affair, you lost quite a lot of water.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't feel so good.
Yeah, you probably won't.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're cut off from the recap. You need to hydrate.
You lose at least 2 days of water.
What happened? Also 2 days of water for 8 people?
You're really, really tired. Really fucking going mental.
You still have, I believe...
There you go, Sarge. That'll help. It'll probably taste like shit, but
I think you still have like 5 days of water or so.
Ugh, what is this?
just drink it down. It'll make you feel better.
Ugh. I suppose medicine is supposed to be disgusting.
That's the spirit. The worse it tastes, the better it works.
In that case, this must work wonders.
Let's hope so.
So,
So
You're gonna-
I guess the sun is shifting again, so it'll be hopefully a little bit cooler.
Yes, it's starting to get a little bit cooler. Actually, a lot cooler.
Oh, fuck you. Well, it doesn't happen that fast.
But yes, it's after like you spend the 2 hours next, and it starts getting cooler.
All right. When we judge that it's it's already starting to get cooler and all that, so we'll probably pack up our tent once Jaeger is in a state of being able to safely be moved.
It's almost normal temperature.
All right.
All right.
Just
I also assign my comrade to assist the sergeant in moving and carrying his gear, as he's probably not in the best of shapes right now.
No.
Yeah.
That would be a safe bet, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yes,
Suffering from dehydration and a tranquilizer shot. Probably not the.
it is 16:00 since that only took 1 hour. But yes, shall you head out now, carrying the Saint and the Jaeger?
Well, I don't think he has to be carried, but But yeah.
Yeah, we need to get to the edge of this forest, find somewhere nice enough to just hold up until everyone's not fucking dying.
Yeah. And we need to find some proper cover and shelter.
Mm-hmm. And also, plan of action once we get there.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll just have to press on.
You head towards the forest. Let's see. Yeah, nothing seems to happen. And during the first 2 hours. So it's 18:00, 20:00. Nothing still seems to be happening. And you're in the forest, and you take your last 2 hours, and you're safely middle in the forest.
Right. Corporal, seeing as the sergeant is in no shape, plans?
Well, we still have enough water, don't we?
Yes.
Well,
Probably.
for the immediate present.
For about 3.5 days or so.
All right.
Probably would
we have the map, so we basically know that there's a river nearby.
Yes.
How far would the river be in?
That is a couple of
judging from the map.
hours.
About 4 hours or so.
Let's not.
Yeah, we won't press that far. We'll walk for like 15 minutes into the forest.
No,
And after-
we're already 2 hours in. Like, because
we're already 2 hours in the forest.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we'll probably set up camp,
there though.
lick our wounds, try to get a head back on. So
Yes.
So we'll try to build something more better of a shelter to dry up our completely sweat-drenched socks and all that sort of thing, and have a good meal. Just rest up.
As you take a look around the forest, it seems to be a lot more full of life. The trees are full of leaves and somewhat strange-looking plants. They are strangely odd colored, like you see some big-ass purplish trees, and and so on.
All right. Well, Private.
So
I think if looking at this place, there's a chance that we could maybe find something fresh to eat. So maybe trying to do a little spot of hunting with those of us who are able might not go awry.
alright,
or
okay.
strike.
To save power, make spears and bows. Seeing as we are not going to be able to recharge anything for a very long time.
Well,
Actually,
we can always recharge the packs the emergency way.
With fire, yes.
Yeah.
Let's.
Here, I'll toss you one of my charge packs. Use that. It's on me.
All right, okay. I am still gonna give a little a stick a little sharpen though.
Yep.
Okay. Spears.
Alright, you make simple bows. I guess I could make you make a survival check to see, or that. That's good enough. You make good-looking bows and arrows and a couple of spears and javelins.
Yeah. Cause we're going native, guys. We're going native.
Well, you already have like mud caked over your face, so.
Most of it seems to be gone away because of the shrapnel shit.
Okay, so seeing as I know stuff about hunting, I'm gonna make a survival check because I don't know if my character will.
Alright, go ahead, awareness or survival, either way.
Same check apparently. Okay, let's go. I'm pretty sure there's something you can get where you can get it like you can change your survival roll to an intelligence roll, which would be really useful. Because apparently I roll garbage unless it's an intelligence roll.
Well,
Isn't survival based on intelligence?
No, it's based on perception.
perception.
Yeah.
Huh.
Although you can't change it in the sheet for some reason. I don't know if it's a like special
It's because
talent or something.
yeah, there's some that can be changed with talents and stuff.
Yeah.
But you take some time, an hour, and don't seem to find any wildlife.
Okay, shit. Well,
Couple of mushrooms and nothing else really.
alright, let's can I try forage mushrooms and plants, not just for like food, but for trying to stock up on medicines as well.
Alright, shall you take the odd-looking, weird, shimmering mushrooms? Yes, no.
By take, you mean like
The
Heck up.
odd-looking, shimmering mushrooms.
because they sound like they would get me super high.
They also sound like they would get you super dead.
How about we don't? 1 minute.
I think that's a wise decision.
Alright, you leave the odd-looking, shimmering mushrooms alone.
Yeah. I'll head back and say there's doesn't seem to be any traces of animals, and the only foraging I could do was glowing mushrooms. So.
Alright. Well, that's why we have ration packs. But, good effort. Good effort. So we basically... Rodriguez has been, brewing some more recaf, because that's her thing.
That's what she does.
Yeah,
It's all she knows
that's what
how to
I do. That's what I do. And, yeah, we just prepare some of our rations.
Yeah, one of my dogs seems to be going mental, and I have no idea why. Alright.
So I'm assuming we're basically just munching away at our,
Yeah, you have still
Essentially, yes.
you still have a bit like 2 weeks of rations or so.
The rations are far less of a problem than the water.
Yeah.
I assume the Sarge is probably getting, a little bit better.
I would hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. I'll basically be giving you, was it, how much is it? It's like 2 deciliters of water per 10 minutes or something like that. with the added salt and sugar for helping absorption.
It's something like that.
Yeah. I can't recall what's the actual like. It's something like a liter per hour, which is the maximum which you can ingest. Your body can even absorb.
I don't actually recall. Then again, I have been trained to prepare the intravenous solution, so...
Yeah, because you can definitely sweat way more than your body can, pick up. So, Sarge, feeling better?
Yes, much.
All
So
right,
I couldn't
good.
feel much worse.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. At least you're not trying to kill everything in the forest
Anymore.
anymore.
I admit it was kind of fun fighting that giant orc.
Yeah. It looked fun.
Probably would have been more fun if there was an
Alright,
actual
well,
orc.
here's some recap. I would say that you probably have enough hydration that you can actually drink this.
Oh, you're a saint.
We're going to go with the assumption that
I think he just dropped from the call. No, he didn't.
No. There we go.
Oh.
Greetings.
yeah, something, the internet gremlins.
The internet gremlins.
Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, you're probably cleared for recap.
I
will
wonder
go with,
how.
I will go with the assumption that you've taken you've gone and have a leak at least twice, and we can just judge from your color. It's like, okay, yeah, that's not brown anymore.
Corporal, as much as I appreciate your 10 administrations, would you stop following me around when I take a leak?
I wonder how much recap you have still left.
I've been going with the assumption that I take half my recap ration to make one.
Alright.
So I have been keeping track, and I believe it's either one more recap or 1.5 recap. I believe it is actually closer to one, so I'll just. So I basically have enough to make recap 2 more times.
I see. So,
But that's basically just my recap. I have no idea.
the entire party feels much better after eating something and drinking some more water and resting up on the pit in the nice forest.
It is a nice forest.
Yeah, it is a pretty nice forest.
Yeah.
I assume the saint is still, not with us, in air quotes.
Yeah, he seems to be still out.
Oh yeah, I want to just check on his condition. Is he getting better, or is he staying the same, or?
Yeah. Well, in any case, I think we should probably press on north and, head towards the river, because we might be even able to travel along it, if all goes well. That way we will not leave tracks.
Alright.
I break out the map, and let's see. Let's see. Try and plot a good course through here. I don't know how accurate the map is, or how fine the detail is, but let's see.
And
Not everything is there, but
Mm.
And in all seriousness, we need to make a pit stop somewhere, anywhere really. But we really need to fill up on medical supplies, because I actually don't know how long we can keep role playing that we have meds.
Yeah, that is true. We're basically scratching the bottom of the barrel, and that's when you find yourself a Will Ferrell.
Yeah, that's
How the saying goes.
That's true. If you scratch the bottom of the barrel, Will Ferrell comes out the mirror and grants you 3 wishes. All 3 of which are just disappointment.
So essentially, he's a wish elf.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
A very disappointing one, yes.
yeah. All right. So, I take up the map, and then I have a good hard look-see on it, and I point that there appears to be some sort of settlement over Mya, which is right next to the lake, and it would probably be a chance to go that way. That would probably be a good idea, and then we could possibly, looking at what the lake looks like, we can either go over Mya, or we can go along Mya, the waterway. Of course, it's a longer way, but depending on how the flows are and all of that.
We'll give it a try.
Yeah, you'd be able to also stop off there and there if we went that way.
Yeah, that's true. So, let's try and head towards Trollton. Or how is it, Frolton? I think it's Trollton.
Trollton? Something like that.
Yeah.
It's Troll Town now.
Yes,
Trolltown.
Trolltown.
It's fucking warning us, guys. It's warning us.
I won't even need
It's filled with mean people who like to write stupid comments on the internet.
But yes, you head out for the next 3 hours or so, and you see.
Fat and stupid.
What? You fat and stupid?
Yes.
But it's 3 hours or so, and you see Trollton in the distance. It looks your average-looking town. Shall you take an awareness check or something like that?
Why would we ever do that?
Rodriguez, Auspex.
I don't think the Auspex can even reach the town.
Yeah,
1 hour away.
Yeah, but I can have a look because I have special eyes apparently, heightened senses sight. So I'll just.
With your elf eyes.
Oh Christ!
Here I thought I was the one with special eyes.
Yeah, apparently not, unless I get a bonus from having the binoculars, which we apparently have from time to time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
we
don't
only-
shit any.
We only have them sometimes.
Yeah.
You do have like simple versions of them, so
Yeah.
it doesn't exactly like give you any bonuses.
All right. Well,
Maybe-
we'll have to get a little bit closer.
Or not.
Alright. Is that a degree of success that I see?
Not really.
No, it's just a
22
pass.
would have been.
With a +5, since the binoculars give a +5, I double checked it.
All right. Well, in that case, it's a degree.
But Weiss, you take a long, hard look at the town. It seems to be, again, your average-looking town, but seems to be some odd irregularities. Like, you see some weirdly shaped, shimmering things.
That is not very specific.
Well,
Um,
Thi-
yes.
This seems to be...
Shimmering like the mushrooms?
No, well... Kind of.
Are we about to meet... Are we about to meet the mushroom people? Are we about to go to
It's
the
the
mushroom...
Smurfs!
No, it's the
It's
mushroom
the
kingdom!
Smurfs! It's
It's
the
the-
Smurfs!
No.
It's the naked Smurfs!
Why are there naked markers?
Because there's Faneshi cultists. Every
Yes.
single one of them.
Your princess in another castle.
But yes, you see strangely shaped shimmering objects. Which is really strange.
I will relay my concerns to the rest of the party and continue walking.
With this, you can give me another awareness check plus 10 if you want. The other
Okay.
people, Rodriguez and
I
Jaeger.
see nothing.
Wait, with a plus 10?
Yeah,
With a
plus 10.
10.
Well, minus 10 on...
Well, I'm just getting blinder and blinder.
You sure that you don't have like... But yes, you head down.
Which
can see
way?
glowing.
Which way do you keep these binoculars? The little pieces or the big pieces against your?
You can see glowing things. Glowing what now? In which direction?
I saw shimmering shapes in the way of the town.
I don't see the town.
It's
I
right
don't see
there.
the world. I don't see the world.
But yes, you're still our way. Shall you go closer? Or shall
Yeah.
you wait for a little while and try again?
Well, we'll probably inch closer because that's basically the way that we're.
Alright, I assume that you move
closer,
about
yes.
30 meters closer.
How far are we?
You're about half an hour away. An hour away.
Okay, so basically trekking through forest, an hour's walk is 5 kilometers. So I'd say we can move up at least 1 or 2 kilometers, just and still be probably pretty safe.
Alright, you move a
Success.
couple of kilometers away, and Wes takes another look. Would you have some kind of an let
What
me
lore
see.
do you have?
What kind of lores do you have?
Lores, I have Imperium, Imperial Creed, Scholastic Chemistry, and Forbidden Heresy and Forbidden Mutants.
Forbidden heresy.
Isn't all heresy forbidden?
No,
will.
there's different types.
Do you have
Types of forbidden heresy.
you can roll common lore war, right?
Common
Yep.
Lore, I do not actually have Common Lore War.
Don't we all begin with that?
Everybody at least should have it as a basic, right?
Nope, I didn't get one of that as a basic because it's not a part of the.
But
stuff I get.
with Wise's new directions of specific looking ones, you can get a plus 15 to your next awareness check, Rodriguez and Jaeger.
Let's see if we fail.
How
for a
many
weekend.
times can I roll even worse? Apparently them all.
What is this village you keep talking about? I don't see it.
I like that. That's what's happening. Like I'm trying to direct. That's why I'm not identifying them because I'm trying too hard to make sure that they don't fall into pits.
Alright. Shall you go on closer?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Well, apparently
Until we
we're
finally find
Yes.
the village.
yeah.
Wait. I fucking know what they are. Okay, let's keep walking.
Alright, do you just still try to keep out of the village or go straight inside of the village?
Would you like
Yeah.
to tell us what they are?
Okay, yeah. So out of character, there's a good chance they are the light reflecting off of scopes.
Of what?
Of scopes, like sniper scopes.
Uh,
Yeah.
Well, if we have been seeing them, they're basically
All
just
right.
pointing at us. So
Wise, I will give you one more awareness as you're heading towards the city.
Can I get it even worse? Can I get it even
You
worse?
can use it with mine plus 20. because you've been looking towards this city with quite intent.
Come on, fire.
There we go.
Frozen.
Suddenly he wow, it blinds me. I cannot see anything.
Alright,
Somebody roll for me. My Firefox is frozen.
you know what? Jaeger and Rodriguez with still plus 15 if you want. I don't
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
That's fantastic. Look at that 99, guys. Look at it.
There we go. There we go.
Guys, I'll kill my Firefox. Because
Kill it.
this shit is frozen like hell.
Take it outside and put a bullet in its head.
Alright, Rodriguez, you take a really close look at the shapes, and
It's
you
basically like 2 feet ahead in front of me.
and you see even some figures moving about on the rooftops. They seem to be humanoid.
Oh.
You can give me what kind of lores do you have?
I think I have like the same things as Vice, except for the was it Heresy that you had for some reason?
Yeah,
So basically Imperium, Imperial Creed, Chemistry,
yeah.
and I believe that's it. We begin with those.
Hmm.
Because apparently Common Law War isn't.
I think it would be.
One would assume so.
But yeah, yeah, you have that.
Regimental rules. No. Common law, crazy. Okay. No. What did we choose again? We were. What the heck was our, background again? Scholar Progenium, wasn't it?
No. We are Imperial World.
Imperial World, yeah. Where the hedge is Imperial World. There we go.
Imperium and.
Feed Imperium. Okay, yeah. All right. All right. Well. Yeah. Rodriguez will, she takes a good look at the things, and then the vague humanoid looking thingies, and then she pulls Sergeant Jaeger a bit closer, and then just Sarge, I'm not quite sure, because I've never seen any of these things before, but if I had to give a guess of what they are, I'd say they're Eldar.
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
Why? It never rains, does it?
When it rains, it pours, sir.
Why? Oh God, why? I mean, oh Emperor, why?
Yes. Of course, obviously, sir. Well, on the, judging by the lack of knives and jagged things everywhere, I would still assume that these are not the,
Dark Eldar, yes.
flay your mother kind, but the just, big total dicks kind. So I guess that's silver lining, maybe. I don't know.
Here's to hoping. But let's still avoid them.
Yeah, that might be. How many do I actually see? You know, walking around? Are there like several or just
Yeah, it's quite a few. Well, you
quite a few?
count 5 at the moment. They seem to be looking towards you, but they don't seem hostile at the moment.
Well, yeah. I have a feeling, Sarge, that our presence is probably not a you know, surprise to them anymore.
They're Eldar, go figure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll wander over, seeing as I haven't been a part of the conversation, and go. So, shiny shapes. We gonna ignore them and hope they don't annoy us, or we leaving this town because we really need medical supplies.
Yeah. Well, how does the town? Is it like, you know, you mentioned that there are like shiny shapes in the town, but is it otherwise an imperial settlement or something like
Yeah,
that?
it seems to be like tribal slash somewhat imperial design.
All right. Judging by the relative tech level or whatever else, would we assume that this is a place where we might have any sort of chance of finding medical supplies, food, or anything else useful, or would it just be, you know, random
Maybe.
hut, voodoo, jubu hut?
Next question. Would we think we could have any chance of leaving this place alive?
Well, that's basically up for us to, you know.
That's up to you to decide.
On an OOC note, if the Eldar wanted us dead, we'd be dead already.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
pointing out, we
I
would
know.
be dead already.
I know.
Fair
From the
enough,
OOC
but
from the
then-
OOC point, yes, but you know, within character,
Hey, at least in character, you know that they're not attacking you. And
yeah, that's basically the.
And
Yes,
if there's
but-
definitely one thing you would know about Eldar, it's that, you know, if their snipers wanted to fuck us, they'd have fucked us.
I mean, even you guys would. It's like they're not shooting us. Oh, how nice.
Yes. There's a but, though.
But they're filthy Xenos.
No, there's a different but. They may not
What?
be shooting us now. But when we actually go inside their village, they're taking over village, whatever, that may change very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's true. Although one would assume that, considering their modus operandi, they would probably have killed us just because no witnesses.
Which begs
Oh,
the question
no,
why we are
Marcus.
still alive.
Marcus,
Yeah.
you evil bastard!
What?
Yes, he is.
Don't. He is. No, I know exactly what you're doing. Eldar are gonna fucking use us. You bastard!
Don't
They
they
always use you. Yeah, they'll use you and then they'll just leave you like a discarded condom,
It's okay.
feeling ugly and worthless.
I know how to deal with Eldar, right? They use subtlety, which means you have to go for the exact opposite tactic of just don't be subtle, be very crass and brute about everything. Which basically means I'm going to strap a demo charge to someone's chest.
Please don't let it be mine.
No, have you guys never read the Old Guardsman Party, where to deal with an Eldar warlock or something who's being an asshole, they just strap a demo charge to his chest?
I don't actually remember that part.
It's amazing. Oh, it's so good.
So, what shall you do? Shall you head back in news of this interesting fact,
Yeah.
or shall you head into the town?
I have no, you know, experience with this sort of thing, but I would assume that the fact that we're still alive could be considered as a, you know, greeting?
A greeting from who?
Well, this is just pure speculation. But, Sarge?
The question is, do we want to risk of making them very, very angry by coming to their place?
Well, they're technically in our place, but no, I guess they don't really care.
They have the
Make you
bigger
angry.
guns, probably, and also the better snipers. Would you like to argue with those?
Nope. Nope.
I thought so.
Guys,
We are in dire need of medical supplies anyway.
How likely are Eldar to give us those?
wait, why are there
Name
knife,
drop. Name drop.
knife ears? Wait, what?
How likely are filthy Xenos to give us those?
Well, they probably wouldn't use it. They probably wouldn't use any, of our stuff. I mean, they're Xenos. They have like their own things, right?
I have a point to make out. You don't see any like ships or anything around here, right?
Well,
Not currently, no.
So what's to say they aren't in the same boat as us?
And that would help us in what way?
Well,
at least
they
they
might be-
probably would be less inclined to shoot us because we're not chaos.
we're not filthy. Like they're filthy Xenos, but they're not orcs. They'll have a survival instinct, and
Hey,
we might not actively be trying to kill them, which means that we're not actively an issue right now.
Are they going to take the risk when we approach?
Well, assuming they've been watching us the entire time, which they're Eldar, if the tales are true, they probably have saw us before we even noticed the town. They probably could have killed us already.
Fine,
Yeah.
we will approach. But once again, I would like to call that I am going to horribly regret this decision.
All right.
Well,
Well,
we got a saint out of the last thing you horribly regret.
Alright.
So-
so you head towards the town. Are you wielding your weapons in a threatening manner?
yes,
No,
we are firing wildly in the air while spewing imperial propaganda and curses.
No, we're in a pickup truck. Each of us with gun in one hand, beer in the other, and just going woo and doing wheelies and
Imperium,
firing
yeah, Xenos, boo.
in the air.
We are holding them at ready. We are-
Emperor.
We are not, however, pointing them at anyone. Yet.
Alright.
Fingers off the
I'll
triggers.
just to considering I assume that I'm the only female in the group, so going with the odd instinct of females appear to be less threatening than males. I don't know if that is true, but however, I'll just play since I feel that this is basically my idea more or less. So I'll have my rifle, slung over my shoulder, so nothing in my hands, and I'll basically just be the first guy and move up. Just
I'm pretty
Alright.
sure in Eldar society it's the opposite way round as well, where females are more threatening than males.
Alright, you
Well, I
reach.
didn't know that.
I know, I'm just saying all silly. Just saying all silly.
Yeah.
You reach the town, and you're in the town now, and you are not yet deadly shot.
Everyone can feel the hair on the back of their necks just tingling.
Yup.
Yeah.
Shit.
You definitely feel that the eyes are on you, but they don't seem to be doing nothing.
Yet.
Alright, okay, so low gothic is definitely not a good idea here. Correct? Because low gothic's quite a difficult language to keep everywhere, because it changes everywhere in the Imperium, but
Would
high
we know
gothic
this?
never does.
We probably wouldn't realize.
No,
Yes.
if we've fought with other regiments before, we would, because we'd actually have one hell of a time trying to talk to them.
Yeah, I guess you would have been talking to some random miners on your past jobs and whatever.
Yeah, but
Right.
I guess we'll just use small words and
Well, no,
speak
I can-
slowly.
I can
Yes,
speak
that's
high
not going to
gothic.
offend them. Use small words on the other.
Vice can speak High Gothic.
Go ahead and try it. Can't do
Right.
it.
We come in peace.
Right. Okay. I'll start. I'll say in High Gothic. We're just here for medical supplies. We have injured. We'll be on our way as soon as we've acquired what we need.
Do you have any kind of a fellowship skill?
I have commerce.
Let's see.
No, I
If-
have commerce. That's it. Which is which is an intelligence thing. Not well, it is a fellowship thing, but it uses intelligence.
If not, roll straight up fellowship.
Okay, guys. Blow the dice for good luck.
Oh my.
Your dice provide suction. We'll see what happens. I shall try that as well.
Us.
Couldn't you basically roll High Gothic instead? I don't know.
I guess, maybe?
If I can do the other. Actually, right. Continue with what you're going to do, but please just don't instantly open fire. That would
Alright,
suck.
as you said this, you feel a bit more eyes watching you more intently.
Okay. I don't get a bad vibe. I just get a we're under watch vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot more of it.
Okay. I turn and go. They seem to
They seem to be still neutral at the moment.
Yeah, they seem to kind of not give a shit so long as we don't interfere. If as long as nothing happens, I think we should be good to check around for medical supplies. I look at the Saint and I go, we should get him somewhere where I can actually fully do a check on all of his wounds. So if you can find anywhere with medical, like an actual medical center, that would be perfect.
Alright, let's try and find that. Awareness check.
This is the point where we find out that this Imperial Saint is actually a fucking Space Marine, and we just haven't noticed yet.
He is way too small for that, I think.
Maybe he's a rattling Space Marine.
No.
Maybe he's a space marionette.
Space Marine.
The first female space marine in history.
No. The reason that there's no female Space Marines is because girls are icky.
You know, considering the authors that write for the space marines, I wouldn't put it past them.
What's that awareness for? Searching for stuff?
Searching
Yeah,
for
trying the medical thingy.
Alright, you start to kick down the huts. Alright, the first house, by the way, you being
like we walk in and like they're Farseer or something, like sitting on a couch. It just kind of looks at us like, "Yo, how's it going, guys?"
But yes, you
Right.
take a look at the first house. It seems to be your standard hut with nothing.
Woo! Nothing hurt.
Standard nothing hard.
We should really start blowing those up so that the next group of survivors knows there's nothing in them.
Alright, the second hut,
Seems
you
fair.
take a look in. It seems to be some kind of an place where they preserve some stuff. You take a look
You mean
at
like a museum?
No. There's like it's oh, God damn it! It's a cold storage. God damn it! Why did I forget that?
There we go.
Cool.
It's a cult storage. So basically there are cultists around. just stored in little boxes.
But yes, you take a look around in the cold storage, and you see like some spoiled jerky in there.
How does jerky spoil?
It's been around for like 200 years.
Yeah, well,
And even then, jerky spoils.
mostly because you see some nice-looking maggots all over it, and
Do the maggots appear edible?
They're maggots. Damn right they look edible.
well, they
Well,
are
if
a bit.
Well, if they have been eating on the dried meat, then they should probably taste quite nice.
No, well, here's the thing. Guess what? Maggots are really sterile. They're actually not bad things to eat.
I know.
Unless you use them to eat infected flesh. That's a bit dumb, but...
But in the cold storage itself, most of the first floor food slash whatever have been spoiled. But you see a strong mechanical door that seems to be reinforced in the back.
Okay, how strong?
Yeah, well, quite. I don't know how much I should tell you, other than it's looking really strong.
Okay,
Meltagun
guys.
time.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say, guys...
Because I think that the proper thing to do when you are in a village filled with Eldar looking at you around, basically could snipe you in the back at any point, is to draw out your Meltagun and shoot a fucking door down.
Yeah, that seems like something that won't get as good.
That's a good point. Right, wait a minute. I walk outside, and I yell out, there's a door in here we really need to open. You are gonna hear a sound. It is not us firing on you, it is us opening a door in the best way a guardsman can. And I walk back
This is just the Monkey way of, opening doors. We have not developed handles on our planet. We're the only planet in the Imperium which has developed Meltaguns before door handles.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the point, though, like, where one of them comes in, deactivates their cloak, and is just like, right, I really need to see this.
Alright, Weiss, go ahead and roll me either High Gothic or Fellowship.
It's fucking High Gothic. It's better off to have intelligence at this point. This is just to get my message across, though. I don't really want to try and get them to our favor. I just want them to know that I'm not going to try and shoot them with a melter gun.
Yet.
I don't want to shoot them with a melter gun anyway, because, like, they have things that, like, they fire little bubbles that put things into the warp. Fuck that! I don't want to go anywhere near that.
Fair enough.
Nobody ever wants to be near a vortex weapon.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Alright, it takes a little while, and you eventually you see a Eldar figure decloak itself, and you see an Eldar in front of you.
Hello?
I try my hardest to keep a straight face without either showing wonder, because, no matter how loyal you are, you're gonna be like, wow, that's awesome.
That is cool. I want to do that too.
Exactly. Yes. 2, without freaking the fuck out because he's a filthy Xenos and he's that close to me. And 3, without showing fear that these guys could really start fucking with us if they wanted to.
She seems to go inside, takes a look at Isabella, nods to her, and goes to the door and seems to open it.
Isabella is just going to be like, what the fuck? Gives a very very awkward nod in return. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Vice is gonna like look at the Eldar for a second and say, "Thank you. That was very helpful."
Isabella, she is vastly superior to us. She knows how to use door handles.
I know. This technology has been lost to us for centuries.
If we could bring the STC responsible for that back to the Mechanicus, we would be rich forever.
Yes.
Like-
Witchcraft. Obvious Xenos witchcraft. I'm reminded of one of the Donald Duck thingies where you forgetting Ray. It's like, don't forget to just open the door, and it's like, how did he move through the wall?
But yes, the door is open.
All right. Well,
All right, let's look inside.
I think that was the most badass or pointless door opening thing ever.
I'm pretty sure it was both.
Well, she pretty much powers it up for you and unlocks it, so
all right. Okay.
there you go.
All right, I'll walk in. Seeing as no one else is, I'll walk in and look around.
What is this madness? Walking in a door opened by a Xenos witch?
roll for heresy.
Like the Xenos is probably still right there.
Alright, you do go downstairs, and the lights come on and flicker on, and do another awareness check.
Yeah, your weirdest checks. My favorite.
I just killed
No.
it.
When I was a little boy, I always thought to myself, you know what I always want to do? Awareness checks.
And finally, your dream comes true.
Exactly.
But this time, I murdered the check. So tell me what I see.
Eyes, you see everything. You stare into the abyss, and the abyss stares back at you.
It's what we thought were Eldar were actually Dark Eldar, and this is basically just a massive pit of carnal pleasures. And we're just like, yes!
You seem to follow...
You see a mass of Eldar bodies just there, and then a lot of, nice little packages of neatly tied dark Eldar armor, and just basically a big bloody painted message on the wall like, you're fucked. Surprise, motherfucker! Alright, yes, continue.
But yes, Jaeger and Weiss, you are searching through mostly Jaeger. Weiss seems to be kind of messing things up. But Jaeger managed to find the following. Some food that seems to be still edible. There seems to be 3 days worth for the entire party. He seems to find some water storage.
Sweet
That-
water!
that has 4 days of water, clean water.
Ooh, how fancy.
I'm very happy with that.
And you managed to find advanced medikit.
Oh.
Vice instantly appropriates and say for the cause.
Yes, for the cause, I will take this for myself. For the cause.
And you see some standard weapons rack that has a couple of stub revolvers. 3 of them, 1 auto gun. But not a lot of ammo.
I can strip him down for parts.
Do that.
Strippin'.
You never know what we need.
Cool. Stripping him down. Which, by the way, I think brings up the total gun parts that I have to like 6. Like 6 guns worth of parts.
Mhm.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is.
Hooray.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could literally fuck the entire gun, but the bit that makes like the laser, and we could replace it, all of it.
Yep. And guess which is the part that usually gets fucked up?
The laser part, yeah, I know.
Yeah, obviously.
So they say, spare parts and extra parts are not the same thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, besides, was it like stub revolver parts? What?
Stop revolvers, 3 of them. And
Oh,
one
yeah.
autogun.
Yeah, so, you know, how the hell are you going to replace an autogun barrel with or a lasgun barrel with an autogun barrel and expect it to be the same? I would assume that the lasgun barrel is filled with all sorts of lenses
It
and
was-
stuff.
It would be like it would be like a snub barrel. You know?
So, you loot the stuff.
Loot all the stuff.
Yep.
Loot.
Loot.
Keep summer safe.
So we have medical supplies. We should
Yeah.
probably just leave now. You know, not strain our host's hospitality.
Alright. You start to head in upstairs. Alright.
You head upstairs and you find a bedroom.
With the Dark Eldar in it.
Looking at you very seductively, however. Roll awareness to see if it is a male or female.
Alright.
Doesn't matter, had sex.
Do a little. Alright. You
Plus
take a
5
look.
corruption.
You take a look at the first floor, and you don't see Isabella.
Oh shit.
Did we just lose Isabella?
How did we lose Isabella?
How bad did you roll?
How the bloody hell did we lose Isabella?
I mean, she's a person. How do you lose a person?
I'm not entirely sure I want to know.
That's
Well, you're upstairs, you know.
Eldar
you have a-
Factory, essentially.
Now you know. You have a whole new floor to explore.
No, we have a whole old floor to go back to because we lost our second medic.
I mean, I wasn't that useful anyway. Was I?
Doesn't mean we're leaving you behind.
I mean,
Yet.
you were a backup. If I died, they needed you.
Besides, you could one day become an adequate meat shield.
Exactly.
I have ambitions in life.
And these probably
Meat
weren't
shield.
it.
Alright. Meat shield! Although, I'm pretty scrawny.
Yeah, Marcus, we're going back down to see where the hell Isabella went.
Alright. You head outside of the door, and you see Isabella with the Eldar as she turns to you.
Corporal.
Hi.
Explanation.
I'll just I'll just do like a shh, like, keep it down, and just like don't scare the wildlife, sort of thing, and then very very cautiously, as if trying to maintain some sort of formal dignity and whatever.
Oh, good.
And then
Stop
I
being
basically
insane.
I walk over to you, and then I just motion you to get inside. And once we are out of view of the Eldar, I just okay. So yeah, that just happened. I was just waiting outside, and she came and tried to talk with me. Apparently, they can speak barely some form of Gothic. I'm not quite sure what she was, saying half the time. But as far as I gather, we're not the only ones who are being fucked over by that big thing in the sky.
I fucking told you. Just saying, guys. I fucking told you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if if everything what Weiss said was 100%, because to be honest, it's like half of the stuff that they were just flew straight over my head. But if I got it right, it appears that they are also very, very, very interested in getting that thing down or disabled, or at least away from here. So it appears that, at least for the moment, our objectives are somewhat aligned. But after that, only the Emperor knows. Probably not.
After our immediate situation's dealt with, their filthy Xenos have to be cleansed anyway. But for now, if they can help the Emperor's cause, then that would be probably the best idea. And if they can stay the fuck out of our way after it, that would also be quite nice.
Yeah, I think that the term "allies of convenience."
I cannot find a flaw in that argument.
Yeah, all things considered, I don't think we need any more enemies.
That is very much true.
Or at least we could at least not have to deal with any more the enemy's allies. I wouldn't mind some orcs right now. That would actually be quite useful. That would keep the heretics off our back for at least a weekend.
A crazy weekend of orc hunting.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nice, actually.
Yeah. Let's after this is over, let's sign up for a crazy weekend on Golgotha. Hooray!
Yes, please.
As long as it's feral orcs. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's orcs with guns, it's not that fun.
Yeah, it's not that fun when they start shooting back at you, is it?
No, it's much more entertaining when they just throw spears.
All right.
So,
Well. So yeah. I really can't say that we have that they're going to help us, but I don't think that they're going to hinder us either. Yeah, I mean, we're still working towards the same objective here. So, did you find anything useful?
I hold
Yes.
up the advanced med kit.
Oh, that's shiny.
It is so good, and it's fully stocked. There's so much stuff in here. It's so
Oh,
good.
Well, if you take that, can I have the rest of yours? The old one.
I think about it for a second, and I pass her the advanced med kit and go, pass me over yours.
What? Really?
Yeah. You can take
alright.
you can take this as a compliment or an insult. I don't really care. Just give me over your stuff.
All right. She opens the her med kit and takes a few personal possessions that she been carrying in the satchel, and then basically gives the med kit over. You find all of the medical supplies there, or whatever. What's left of it?
Yeah, whatever is left of it.
Yeah,
which
basically
is not...
like one or two syringes, 2 scalpels, some bandages, and a half-used can of promethium jelly. Maybe some antifungal powder.
I just dump them all in my med kit and go, right, I can make do with this for now.
So, what shall you do next? We won't play too much longer.
Do we want to look at anything else here? Like, is there any buildings that don't follow the normal hut-looking code?
Do we see any buildings with Imperial antenna arrays on them?
Let me see. No.
Ah, fudgicles.
In fact, you see one of the buildings have completely destroyed. There's nothing left of it.
Oh, great.
Fantastic. Does anything look like it's, meant for keeping Imperial records or anything like that?
Let me see. Yes, you do see some kind of an...
Administrative local office.
Some kind of an office-looking building.
Woo.
Fantastic. I'll quickly say...
Fantastic.
That's just a little thing. On top of that office-looking building, you see one of those shimmering, nice little things.
Fantastic. I'll, in High Gothic, go... We're just going to make sure that there's, no information that could help us out getting back to, safety in that office building. And then we are going. We've found what we need.
Alright, wanna try and convince them with a fellowship, or shall you go with the neutral?
I'm going with the let's just be blunt about this, because I don't want to fuck around. Because, until I have something to trade them, I'm useless at fellowship.
Well, that's still 3 degrees.
Alright, you don't exactly get a response, but you head inside, I guess.
Cool. I'm just going to check around for every single data pad that they could possibly have and give them a quick once over just to check that there's, anything from when this started to go tits up, I guess.
Alright.
When tits were started to get upwardly inclined.
Yeah.
Time for some fun awareness checks.
Can I actually,
check.
to use time more efficiently, I would like to go to the riverside and try and find some, river transportation. If we're going to go with the plan of, river transport.
Get an airboat.
Alright.
I'll leave you with the Auspex so you can, find records of, because, apparently you can find them better with an Auspex.
We can be Burt Reynolds. If I get the Auspex, then that passes. We could be Burt Reynolds and Gator.
Alright, awareness check for
Gator.
Isabella
Oh
too.
my god. You never watched Gator?
No.
Nope, I'm blind as a bat. Again.
Yeah, you should take a look at the shoreline and you don't exactly find any boats.
Alright.
Some sheds, but they seem to be locked.
Oh, great. Can I check the water if it's potable?
Potable?
Yes, drinkable.
Well, drinkable.
Yes.
Drinkable or potable?
Not portable. Potable. Potable water.
Ah.
Meaning drinkable water.
Alright, give me some kind of a mitigate test, I believe. To see if it's toxic.
Yep, we'll go with that. Nope. No idea.
No idea. This water
I-
does look normal, but you don't know if it's.
horribly.
You don't know exactly if
94,
it's.
97, 99, 95. What the fucking hell? And then
But
one. And then
Weiss,
one.
you're
Yeah.
looking with the Auspex, right?
Yeah.
Alright, you don't exactly find any data pads or whatever, but you find an old terminal of some kind that seems to be powered down.
Alright.
In the terminal, you see a chair and a skeleton in the chair. What shall you do?
I use my foot to push the chair and, by extension, the skeleton away from the terminal. I walk over and just stand and start trying to type into it.
Alright, you see that the skeleton seems to be a lieutenant in the Imperial Army.
Oh, wait a
But,
minute. If he's got Imperial Army stuff, then I do actually want to check him out. Make sure he's...
he's
Actually-
dead.
Well, yeah, no, I didn't mean fucking make sure he was okay. I didn't want to give him a pat on the shoulder and say, get up, boy. No, I meant if you got anything useful on him.
No, not
Alright.
especially, unless you want his lieutenant uniform that seems to be quite faded away.
I grab the with the rank markings.
Alright.
Right? And I put them on, and then I continue to play about and everything.
Alright, you go to the terminal keyboard and whatever.
But that's heresy,
oh, wait a minute.
Oni-chan. You're impersonating a superior officer.
Damn it.
I look over at Jaeger and go, okay, who do you think's going to be able to survive when we find this new regiment? A lieutenant or a sergeant? And I take off the lieutenant things and chuck them over to Jaeger and go, good luck, you've just been promoted. And continue trying to go into this. Actually,
I hereby accept the commission.
You fucking ass!
this is why you don't give me anything. Alright, I'm gonna quickly check the corpse for any visible indication of how he died. Is it like a gunshot that would...
It seems to be he killed himself with a gun.
So, that makes sense.
Oh, look at Jaeger.
Yeah!
What? Where? What?
Oh my god.
Lieutenant Jaeger. Lieutenant Jaeger.
This is amazing. Oh,
I just received a field promotion.
Yes.
yeah. Like as far as we're concerned, you need to be lieutenant. You look after us. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll check out the terminal now.
Alright. Like I said, it's powered down. You can't seem to be able to do anything with it.
Right, okay. I would like to check the power cables. If the power cables are intact, but they're obviously just not getting any power, I'd like to take one of the power packs from my las gun and then jury-rig it up so I can use it as a power source. That is going to expend it, but I might be able to find a power pack somewhere else. So.
Okay, that is not recommendable, but you can do it.
Cool. Would that power up?
You know what? Give me that Technomet, whatever.
Cool. Gotcha.
Since that's kinda.
Ah, motherfucker. Okay.
1 of endpoint if you have one.
I don't. I only get one.
Alright. You try to attach the cable, but you fail.
I look around and I go, does anyone have like a power source or anything? Or actually, wait a minute. I'll look around for a generator then, so that I can just start it up and we'll.
Alright, you follow the cables into maintenance room and you see an old generator.
What does it use for power? Is it Promethium fed? Or, well...
It seems to be Promethium fed.
Cool, awesome. I want to check around for how much fuel it's got left. In the room.
None.
No fuel in the room at all?
No.
Did we take the fuel from the car, or did we leave it in the dust?
The
It
car
kinda
blew up.
exploded.
Fantastic, okay,
It
Alright, I'll come back
ate the
up.
water around.
Yeah, I'll come back and go, the terminal requires power and the generator doesn't have any fuel. So, we can leave now, or we can try and find fuel. I would suggest that we try and learn what we can, but it's your call, sir.
Do you have any idea where we could find fuel around?
See that? Called you sir. I mean, doesn't that feel good?
Why, thank you, Private.
Exactly. Unless there's a place where they would fix up things, or if there was a mechanicus office around, I don't think there probably would be much.
It's, well, maybe.
Did we see a
You could-
mechanicus office
Maybe.
around?
Well, not at least one that you can recognize one, but you can definitely search for fuel.
Oh, I've just had an idea. I walk out, and I say, Hey, Eldar! I have a proposal for you.
You're going to propose to them? That seems a bit hasty. You've barely
Wait,
known them for more than an hour.
I love them, okay? It's true love. Don't stand in the way of it.
And you feel some shaking heads going about.
You feel a disturbance in the force.
So, what shall you yell out today with your proposal?
Do you want to marry me?
We have information on the entire area and more information about the forces that have shown up since that ship came. We are willing to trade you that information if you can give us fuel to get the information in there. An information for information trade.
Alright, wanna boost this triumphant speech with fellowship or...
I have commerce, motherfucker! No! 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 Somebody gift me a fate point, please. Anybody gift me a fate point. Hello.
You start to stutter and stutter a little. That interrupts your flow of the speech. So you can't get your message quite across as well. And you don't hear a response, and you don't see any fuel drop in front of you.
Well, it was worth a try, I guess.
Talking to the invisible forces in your... it does not work.
Wait a minute. Kai, gift me a fate point. Use your fate point to let me re-roll. Damn it!
Unfortunately, I'm also
I
out.
already have used it up. Sorry, I only get one.
I think everybody gets one. It sucks. Okay,
You can get more, but we don't have more. We were unlucky.
yeah, you, 10 or 9 for 3. 8 and 7 for 2, and then the rest is all 1. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So,
we were unlucky.
wanna
to only
give
have
me...
Yeah.
Wanna give me just straight up awareness to find fuel?
Yeah,
Or
might as well.
anything in
Fuck.
that nature.
Around and
Fuck. Fuck.
Alright, you start to look for fuel depots and you don't find any. You go to the shipyard, but all the sheds are locked still.
I suppose we have no way of getting energy then. Really wish we still had our tech priest. He was a walking battery.
He was, that's true.
And you...
If I'd kept his servo harness, we could have used it.
Jaeger, wanna give awareness a try?
Oh boy, I'll be rolling against like a 16. Oh, please let me have been rolling against a 16. Calm down, guys. Let me first. No, I was rolling against a 5.
Ah, no! Oh no!
Your honesty. Curse your honesty.
Can you give me plus 10 bonus to that, Marcus?
Verfluchte Schakal.
Well, since you are kinda knowing where to look, what did you say against 6?
5.
5.
Plus 10 bonus will suffice.
Alright, since you are kinda knowing where to look, Jaeger, with some figuring out, he realizes these sheds that you've been going to that are locked and somewhat secured are boat sheds. They might have some fuel.
Guys, I think those sheds over there are used to house boats. Do you know what this means?
That we can have a romantic time on the lake?
Oh, not today. But I'm honored that you would offer.
What does it mean, sir?
That there's fuel there. At the very least, those boats have to have fuel in them.
You count 2 sheds.
What are they locked? Like, how are they locked? Are they locked by locking mechanisms or by padlocks?
Pretty much simple padlocks.
Fantastic! I pull out...
And the wall is made of wood, so it's not exactly like... You can't break into these.
Oh, okay. I was gonna shoot the padlocks off, but if we can just break through, then yeah, I'm gonna just straight up, like, ram into the wall.
Alright, give me a strength check to see if you ram through the wall.
Don't fail me now, motherfucker. It failed me.
Here, let me try. Nope.
Isabella sees Weiss and Jaeger run head straight into the wall, take a big ass bump in their head, and fall on their asses.
Isabella probably thinks something on the lines of imbeciles.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Yep.
I look over at Isabella and go, you know, you could use that fancy schmancy pistol to, like, open the padlock for us.
Yeah. And I basically take out the fucking hand cannon thingamajig and bust a cat in your ass. I mean, in the lock's ass.
Alright, you destroy the fucking door.
Yup.
And it opens.
You're welcome.
Is there is there fuel and boats and stuff inside?
The first shed seems to be quite empty.
For fuck's
Everything.
sake!
It has some boxes in them, but the boxes have useless stuff in them.
I want to take the boxes, not the stuff in the boxes, just the boxes.
Like there's a cardboard box that has 50 Imperial sailor uniforms.
I'm taking one! I could be so beautiful!
Did you just promote yourself to sailor?
Hello,
No,
sailor.
No, that's...
Hello, nurse.
I've promoted myself because of the fact that I'm looking after the saint to acting specialist. which isn't actually a rank. Specialist is, but acting specialist isn't. But it makes me feel better because I was the only one stupid enough to put myself at private.
So, shall you head to the next shed?
Yeah.
Alright. Again, shooting the lock off, I assume, or do you want to bust
just,
down the
we're just
wall again?
I want to try one more time.
Alright.
I dislocate my shoulder. Jesus
I
Christ.
shall help you. No, I shall not.
It's a matter of pride at this point. We just need to take it down.
We're trying to literally go through the wall with our heads.
You do feel like the wall itself is laughing at you.
Curse you all!
That's actually the Eldar that's like camoed right next to it.
Alright. Finally, Isabella shoots the lock after you to embarrass yourself again and taking a point of fatigue again.
Yay!
You open the door and you see a gunboat inside.
A gunboat?
A gunboat.
What kind of gunboat?
It seems to be kind of a torpedo boat.
Cool.
What? This is like what type of torpedoes does it have? Can I look?
Plasma torpedoes.
Vortex torpedoes.
Obviously. No, it
Yeah.
has. I'd assume it's basically just regular naval torpedoes.
Yeah, pretty much Miss Frag.
Alright,
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know how we're going to get across. Actually, we don't need to get across the lake, do we? Damn it!
Well,
It's definitely faster with the boat.
yeah.
We don't actually want to go across the lake. Well,
Why
not
not?
that one.
Because our plan is still to get over to Mya and then
Well,
hopefully get
I
contact with the
suppose-
Imperium.
I suppose, since we're actually walking at the moment, we might as well take the boat to the river and go down here with it.
I know.
It's
Hey,
probably
and look,
faster.
wait, we can stop off there and there, and get more supplies because we could really use more supplies.
Yep.
You can always use more supplies.
And I also want to find out what
Until the
this
point
is
where it drowns your boat.
because it's blue. Look at it, it's blue. It's not green like this.
It's gotta be good.
Alright. This shed.
How dare you make fun of my accent? You.
Alright.
Dare you?
I will allow you guys
It's
to
it's
roll.
adorable.
Please let me talk.
Yeah.
I will allow you guys to roll awareness plus 20.
That's never good.
I fail.
Rodriguez in the house. Rodriguez.
Jesus. I am
Alright.
blind.
Rodriguez, first of all, after finding the boat, she realizes what kind of a shed this is. Opens a secret sliding door with but yes, and it opens into one of those gun lockers, pretty much. What you see in police stations, like it's covered with,
Yeah.
metallic like ring. What are those
Crates.
called? Yeah, crates. And you see a metallic crate door and a numeric pad key code into the weapons locker. In the weapons locker, you see some sorts of guns in there and a barrel of fuel.
Mm.
Lovely.
I'm hoping there's a triplex in there, because if there's a triplex, I will never ask for another thing ever. Alright, okay.
What exactly is a
Let's-
triplex?
Little accurate laser gun.
Yep, it's a las gun that can get the accurate quality, and because it's a rifle, gets the extra damage from that.
just to let you guys know, I rolled a 1, I rolled a 44, I rolled a 5, I rolled a 36, which means that you are most the luckiest assholes ever.
Rodriguez! Rodriguez!
Please,
Rodriguez!
See, it's catching on.
Right, okay.
I'll
Numeric
have you all
keypad.
shouting Rodriguez. She will be your savior.
Never.
Saint Rodriguez.
Logic rule!
What are you doing with the logic?
Numeric keypads. Logic.
Oh, you're pretty much trying to figure out what code is.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, with your intelligence, you bring out your powder and put it onto the keypad to see what kind of numbers were punched in last time. And,
You mean the anti-fungus cream? I put the
Yes.
anti-fungus powder on the fucking thing.
yes!
Yeah, I can totally see it. Vice is like doing all the CSI stuff and yeah, and then basically, okay, now I know the numbers. Okay, the combination is, and then it's like, bam!
The combination is 0, 0, 0, 0,
0,
0.
0, 0,
I am CS
0.
fucking I.
0.
It's like Archer, where it's just like, what the hell's the password? A guest? Oh my god, that was it. It's that. It's exactly that.
But as you start to putting the keypad code, you realize the power is still off.
So basically, in order to get the fuel that we need to power the generator to get the power on is behind the door, which we cannot open until the power is on. Shit, catch 22.
Time to cut open the door.
Power source?
Yeah.
I mean, wait, what?
Well, we do have melter guns.
No, I look.
Or as I call them,
directly-
advanced breaching tools.
I look directly at the chainsword on your hip.
Remind me, what's that door made of?
It's a metallic crate, goddammit!
Sorry, the crate. Metal. Yeah, that's not really all that good.
Your chainsword can go through metal.
Not without getting really, really dull.
I mean,
I'd
have
like for the
replaced
thing to
teeth,
still
right?
cut after this. Thank you very much.
You haven't
Just
replaced
like-
teeth though, right?
Highly meta, but its AP is 8.
It's basically the armor protection equivalent of fucking power armor.
It is actually. It's got a point. There is. I'm guessing the door, because it's a numeric keypad, it'll have an alright locking security system. So it'll have bolts at the top and bottom, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. We can shoot bolts with las guns, guys. We'll be fine.
Good point.
Alright, you take the route of shooting at it. And you shoot at it.
Hooray, we shot it!
Specifically
Eventually-
bolts. Specifically bolts.
Eventually, after 5 shots or so, you manage to melt the bolts off.
And, yeah, okay, well...
And the door falls to the ground. You have access to the shed.
I turn round and go, I'm a CSI master. Walk through.
Good job, Master CSI. He's the master of all CSI.
Master of CSI. You fucking...
Yeah!
Oh, how can you... well, at least you managed to open the fucking door. I guess I should be happy.
You should be. It
Of
didn't take
course.
like 6 hours and a lot of improvised tools and trying and failing and wailing and, you know. Unlike in some other campaign.
So, let's see. There is 3 of you present at the moment.
Because the rest of our squad are just basically, you know,
brain dead.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
spitting into corners and being
All
a
right.
nuisance.
Well, first of all, in the gun parts, because I assume that's what you would first look at, because you're fucking gun horse.
We are
We're
gun
guards.
horse.
We're guardsmen. Guns get us hard.
Well, they also get us alive, so
Well, there seems to be your standard array of las guns,
Hooray!
wool,
Stripping all of them for parts
with
ammo.
No,
and
with
ammo.
with no ammo, sadly.
No ammo. Oh God.
There seems to be your standard array of las locks with no ammo.
Lovely.
Strip them down for parts too.
We
A
just watch
couple
as Wise is just basically taking every rifle and starting to field strip it, and it's like, guys have a problem.
yeah, probably.
Alright. But yes, other than that, there's like your standard array of stuff, guns that you probably don't want.
Okay, right.
So
But
essentially, there's no good weapon.
But let me see what are the specials weapons. Because I rolled 3 of them.
Give me.
Alright. That is alright. So that is a 9 on the special weapons roll.
Is it on a 1d10?
And no, on a 1d100.
Awesome. Everything is awesome.
Maybe.
Time
I
to
don't know.
Everything is awesome, you know. That is an awful song and you should feel awful.
No, I actually like it.
Your music's bad and you should feel bad.
Alright. That is an only war weapon.
Yay!
Oh, you're doing that again. That went well for us last time. I approve.
Give me a triplex, or give me a demolisher cannon. Give me a handheld demolisher cannon.
Yes,
That
one-handed
could
demolisher
happen.
cannon. With a pistol grip.
1, 2. Yeah, but we are pretty much ending the session after this. 1, 2. I guess we could do the fueling thing, but alright.
Nah, we'll have to, leave something for the